Hey everyone, welcome to today's video and welcome to the channel. If you're new and you want to learn more about cryptocurrency, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell button as well and press all notifications. It means an awful lot. We're going to talk about ChainLink. What is it and why has it pumped so much over the last few days? And we're also going to talk about Binance. What on earth is happening at Binance, banning US customers? So we're going to get onto that as well. So if you're from the US and you're waking up to this video, stick around. You may find out what is happening and what are the long-term kind of elements that you need to be aware of with trading with or without Binance in the future. So let's get started. Hey everyone, hope you're well, hope you're very good. Now if you press the link above the comments, there's a link just below the video. Premium, get involved for 99 pence for the first month. Okay, so 99p for the first month. Get involved, get into it. It's awesome. 30 hours of content. There is 2 Telegram channels. You can get trading signals within that as well. Live Zoom access and everything that you need to level up in cryptocurrency. So get involved. If you're new, you may well get a lot from that. There's over 30 hours of content. Let's go. So, ChainLink, what is it? What is ChainLink? ChainLink is a very good coin. Very good utility token. It's one of those ones that I've never really looked at buying, but it's kind of interesting. Now, I think I missed the boat on it personally, my honest opinion. I'm going to come into it in a bit more detail, but yesterday there was a massive announcement. I'm going to come on to that massive announcement in a bit, but there's been other announcements over the past couple of months with ChainLink that's made it really interesting and stand out over its competitors. So this could be one of the game changers in why cryptocurrency is going to come to, you know, the fore of everything really, in terms of linking things together to institutions, to whatever it is for payment solutions. So, you know, don't hate too much against the establishment, because there's always going to be a way for cryptocurrency to wiggle its way in, and ChainLink is showing that. So don't write it off. So let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Now, what is ChainLink? This is the interesting thing, even if I can speak properly. Smart contracts connected to real world data, events and payments. It's basically API linking, but it links to real life solutions that we take for granted every single day, and I'm going to come on to those in a minute. So the ChainLink network provides a reliable tamper-proof input and output for complex smart contract on blockchain. So I bought this, random as hell, I know, I'm going to talk about it. It's a USB-C adapter which links to my laptop to other devices. If I'm going to talk about this in a really simple way, that's kind of ChainLink. This is a link and it links to different entities that you can use. Simple as that really, if you want a really simple diagram of how this will work. So it links to established elements of payment solutions or data. So how does it work? You've got all this kind of jargon here. So you've got, you know, real life data, you've got cloud data. It links together. You can then use payment solutions such as Ethereum, Bitcoin, etc. And then it can be used via the likes of the Swift network, PayPal, and obviously other cryptocurrencies. So that's kind of it in brief, okay? Now, I don't want to make this too kind of congested with jargon, because it can get quite confusing when you're using elements of diagrams, but it's basically that end-to-end reliability. So input, ChainLink, whatever currency, into the ChainLink and output. So it's basically an in for an out. Simple as that. Very simple. Very secure as well. So it provides a tamper-proof digital agreement smart contract. Remember that. Highly secure, highly reliable, awesome, and it overall reliable input and output which contracts rely on to be secure. So there's got to be an input and it's got to be an output. It's got to be also a contract to agree that that is what the end result will become. Very simple. So let's get into a bit more about it. So you can connect any API, okay, to the ChainLink protocol. That ChainLink protocol can then be sent to other elements of other APIs via that protocol into the likes of banks, Swift, PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, and also other cryptocurrencies. It's pretty interesting when you think about this is cryptocurrency. This is what you can be investing in and also be using if you are looking to build on the chain ChainLink framework / protocol. There's plenty of information on there in their development section. So connecting your smart contract to the input and output is needed, or it is needed. We need to use it, but ultimately it's needs. Build a truly valuable smart contract requires a use of multiple inputs to provide contractual performance. So it's got to be contractual. Smart contracts are going to be also required, as well as multiple outputs to affect outside systems and or send payment to the smart contract. ChainLink provides your smart contract with the input and output to reach its full potential. So they basically are required. So it is a smart contract, which is an API data source which goes input and output, and it allows you to fulfill its purpose. It's very, very straightforward and it's brilliant. So there's no central point of failure with any smart contract. That is kind of the agreement in place. That is why they are there. And the solution is it's a highly decentralized Oracle network. And I'm going to speak more about decentralization in a second. But if you want further reading, check out the white paper. It's an okay read, but I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of jargon that you probably will misread and jump over. If you're into that kind of boffin stuff of white papers, have a little read, but this is one of the most boring white papers I've ever seen when you are reading about maths and equations and all kinds of good stuff. So just be mindful that not every investor is going to look at white papers, but if you understand how it works and you understand the real use case, stick to that. Don't go into maths degrees and blockchain and economics and kind of all the cryptography involved in that. You will get completely lost. Anyways, what happened yesterday? This happened yesterday. Google integrates cryptocurrency project with new blockchain Oracle, ChainLink. This was the one. This created a huge price rise, 30%. It went up a massive amount yesterday. Currently sitting at 30%, but actually yesterday, but look at this here. It went to the moon. Literally from there to there in a matter of an hour. Crazy gains. Actually, it went even higher. Let me have a little look. Where did it go to? 194. Not bad at all. So let's have a little look at this. Google have announced that the Ethereum app builders are using the Google software outsources to companies through a partnership with ChainLink. So they're going to be using ChainLink to develop their partnerships. So any sort of reliable sources that they're going to be used for real-time data will be using that ChainLink protocol, that smart contract, to allow it to link together. Absolutely brilliant. When you consider how big Google are, how much interest they have, what other services they do have, ChainLink is a very, very good solution. So in terms of this, I'm going to leave this article out there, but ChainLink has been around for a while now. September 2017 has been around pre-bull run, raised 32 million in initial coin offering, but it really has some good partnerships, and it will continue to probably develop those because it is so readily available, easy to use, and it's also a real use case. So as an investor, you want to get something with a genuine real use case, ChainLink should be on your list. So that's it in a basic brief. Okay, I will do a full breakdown of ChainLink at some point in the future, but that is it in a nutshell. If you want to kind of get involved and look at what ChainLink is all about, this kind of gives you an answer. But more pressing, confidence in the industry has been shattered. We're going to talk about Binance now. So you look at the chart and you go Binance, you think, oh my, what on earth has happened here? Up the stairs, down the elevator shaft, literally, you've been shot down it. Let's talk about it. So US customers, if you're reading this or watching my video this morning, I do feel for you guys. Honestly, the amount of bumps on the chin you guys have had is unbelievable. So Binance have announced it will stop using or stop serving US individuals or corporate customers on Binance.com in September. So September is not that far away. Non-verified US customers will likely be able to bypass the restrictions using the VPN. However, they are changing the rules very, very quickly on that because you need to do KYC and all that kind of good stuff. But they're going to bring in new terms of use. So the new terms of use will read that is unable to provide services to any US person essentially from the 12th of September. So from the 12th of September, you will only be able to use the wallets only. That is it. To access your funds, use wallets. That is it. You will no longer be able to trade or deposit on Binance.com. It really does suck. So, the facts. There's 15% traffic coming from US. That's going to create a bit of a ripple effect to other exchanges. Don't get me wrong. They're not going to leave the industry. They're not going to go into a complete huff. But it's going to, like, short-term kind of affect a few little things. But there's more on this in a minute. If you stick around, I'm going to get to another piece of information. But currently, there's over 150 different... what was that? 150 different cryptocurrencies on there. But they will not that long be able to access. But you also got to look at Bittrex. Bittrex are kind of restricting what US customers can buy on their exchanges. So there's a lot of regulation issues at the moment that they need sorted out. So you will need to be able to understand this. You need to understand that you will not be able to trade anymore on Binance as of September. Technically, that is it. So the other thing that I said, CZ has been saying some short-term pains may be necessary for long-term gains, and we will always work hard to turn every short-term pain into a long-term gain. So they are thinking long-term with this. They are thinking to try and solve it. But there's also other news as well. The Binance DEX, also you cannot use it if you're in the US, which doesn't make any complete sense to me because it's a decentralized application. The whole world of this cryptocurrency lark is essentially decentralization. Why should there be controls and other issues? So that is the issues. But Binance are basically following what Bitfinex and Bittrex have been doing, basically blocking US customers to basically avoid any sort of ramifications of the SEC or any other jurisdiction kind of law enforcement, essentially, which doesn't make sense, as I've already said. But Binance are working on something. A US exchange with FinCEN registered partnership. But basically what they're trying to do is make a regulated, if there is such a word these days, of a US worthy exchange, so they can exchange cryptocurrencies on that exchange, which is fully regulated and obviously managed by Binance, which will be good. However, there is no timeline yet. So you could be getting kicked off Binance in September, and this could be coming in 2020, or maybe later than that. You know, you just do not know. So how is this going to work is basically, I've already said there's no timeline, but they're going to be making a, well, basically I'll read what C said then. We are very, I can't speak. We are excited to finally announce a Binance US and bring a security, speed and liquidity of Binance.com to North America. So if you're unaware, Binance have one in the UK, they have it in other countries across Europe where you can buy with fiat and trade in fiat, essentially. So it's looking like they're going to do that, which will kind of make it a bit like Kraken or Gemini, but there's all these altcoins, there's all these 150 altcoins that we need to address. There's no actual clear wording on what's going to happen yet with all those. All those exchange kind of funds and US users, they're going to go elsewhere. We know that they're going to go to other exchanges. The likes of Qcoin will probably benefit quite a lot from this. ABCC exchange as well, not to mention Kraken, Gemini and probably Bitfinex if you have the right VPN in use. But ultimately there's all kinds of issues when you look at this. There's too many issues throughout. Too many issues. So yeah, it's a bit of a sucker punch, that one, considering it's been quite a good week for cryptocurrency in terms of where we are with the price action. This is going to be an absolute sucker punch, but there's also a mystery partner. We do not know who this is, as stated by the article. So just got to wait out. This is very, very new news, and America will probably wake up and see this and probably go, oh my god, the end is here. And I would advise, if you are holding Binance and you've been holding for profit for a long time, now let's have a little look here. If I go to the weekly time frame, Binance has been cataclysmic for the best part of, well, since its birth, essentially. But since the end of last year, it's been absolutely fantastic in Bitcoin value. It's going to start coming down, I think, now. I think this candle is going to go, oy, boom. It's big news, and it's always going to scare investors off. So, there you go. New video done. I hope you have enjoyed it. ChainLink, a really good, solid investment long term. If you are into that sort of thing, into payment solutions and kind of real use cases, you should be, if I'm perfectly honest with you. Price is quite high, so wait for a bit of a tailback, a little bit of a retracement. But if you're holding Binance, I'll seriously suggest looking at what you're holding, because you may find that it will probably come down in fiat value pretty damn quick. And just before I leave you, let's have a quick little look. Shall we have a little look? Yeah, let's have a look. Oh my god, it is coming down like a rate of knots. Ooh, that is 8% down. Wow. Scary. So there you go. So if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell button as well. Like the video, dislike it if you dislike this sort of stuff, or if you dislike Binance being rubbish, dislike it. Check out the other videos and also check out the link. Premium 99p, you can start. Awesome.